If pattern magazines make you dizzy, stay with me and I'll give you some tips. In my opinion, pattern magazines have this romantic feeling about all the different outfits you can make yourself, but then when you come to do it and you see all the different signs, all the instructions and all the lines on the paper, you think, why bothering? But if you work slowly and you take your time, you can really do it. I have here with me a Burdo style and a Patrones magazine, and even though they are different, the mechanic is the same, so you have to follow what they tell you. You are going to find the models you can sew, the sizes they come in, and of course the lines where you find your pattern. I love how nowadays they bring a guide with all the models in the magazine, so you can see the sketch of them, and then they tell you, of course, the different levels of difficulty and how to find them, as well as the sizes they come in. And even though it looks a bit boring, try to be patient and read all the different tips on how to work with the magazine, how to find your pattern, as well as how to use it. Some people just cut the pattern they want, but it's a pity really, because you won't be able to use anything else. So the proper thing to do it is to trace it on some paper so you can use the magazine and keep it as well. And sometimes to see it, it might be a bit difficult. Burda magazine has some classic colors that are quite dark, so you can see them even with the paper on top, with the drafting paper. Black, dark blue, green and red, you can see them really well. But for example, Patrones magazine come in some more fashionable colors, some more modern colors like purple, blue, like a turquoise, it's not a dark blue, and orange. And for example, for me, the orange one is a problem because I lose it. I never get it right. So what I do, is to suffer, but some people just mark it on top. Once they find the size, they mark the one they're going to cut. It's better than cutting this, of course, and you're still keeping it sort of properly. So that's another idea. And of course, before you start thinking about drafting or cutting anything, make sure you measure yourself before doing nothing, because the measurements are just, they are different. Even from one magazine to another, they are different. You have to make sure you have the length they tell you, the hip, the anything, all the contours. You have to make sure they are your size, because even though you say, I am a size X, it doesn't mean that that's what they consider that size. So measure yourself always. So once you know the size you are, you're going to go to your guide and see the pattern you have to cut. In the pattern magazines, in the Patrones magazine, it brings it in different sizes, in odd sizes. So you don't have all of them, you have them odd. So they tell you, for example, these lines of little dots is the small one, then the medium and the large. So when you go to your pattern, you know which one it is. Although I remember I had problems once with this because I didn't know where to start, if it was a 36 or a 38, something like that. I got myself into a bit of trouble. And then the Burda pattern, it's a bit more specific because they tell you with a different line. It could be a chain, it could be dots, it could be little straight lines. So you have to go to your pattern, and that way it's easier to find. In the Burda style magazine, you go on the line on top or on the line on the bottom, and once you know your number, you follow up or down until you find them, and there is where you start drafting. The pattern paper might look a bit overwhelming, and sometimes it is, but they work differently. For example, the Patrones magazine is easier to find because they tell you with colors and they tell you the model they have on top of the paper. So they tell you model 18, it's in an orange color and it's a tweed jacket, and it has 6 pieces from 1 to 6. So it's quite easy to find. On the border ones, they still do it like they used to do years ago. So you have to go to the pattern you want to make and see the color of it, the sheet it is on. For example, red pattern number in sheet A, and then I have to find from 21A to 24, and then on top of the paper there are the numbers, so you have to follow them. Either way, they have indications so you don't get lost. For example, this big arrow that says guide number. And once you find your pattern and you know where you are in here, I recommend, because I do it myself as well, to do it, to trace it with the instructions page in front of you. You need this to follow the pattern, because they have different things. For example, if a pattern doesn't fit on the pattern magazine, on the pattern paper, they're going to tell you that the other half is somewhere else, or if you have to continue that line for so long with an arrow. Of course, if it doesn't fit, maybe they also cut it in a different way and place it somewhere else where it fits. So they're going to tell you with arrows as well how to join it together, and that's important, really important, so you don't get lost and you don't lose a piece or it turns out differently. The same way with armholes or trousers or anything that you have to match. They're going to tell you with marks and with numbers where to join them so they look straight and they look nice. And of course, you're going to have all the different guides for buttonholes, pleats, anything you have to leave, you have to draft as well. So you have to make sure that you're doing it properly. And once you have your patterns cut, you're going to come and they're going to tell you or guide you through cutting the fabric. They're going to tell you how much fabric you need. If you have normal size fabric, or if you have a double width, it depends, and it depends on the size as well, of course. But you're going to know how much fabric you need more or less, and then how to cut it. If you can cut it with the fabric folded, if you can cut it straight, everything. They're going to tell you everything. And all of this is explained as well in the instructions page. So cut the pattern and cut your fabric with this in mind, with this in front of you, because it's going to help to have a look at it from once in a while. Of course, there's also Google and ChatGPT. You can ask anyone or anything what something means, but have this by hand anyways. Maybe you spend the whole time going backwards and forwards, finding your pattern and finding the instructions, but it's worth it. And remember that everything you have drafted on paper, all the pleats, all the indications about the zip or where the button goes or where the pocket starts, everything has to be marked as well on fabric, which can be a bit difficult sometimes, because sometimes you cannot see the line or anything. So what you can do is to keep your pattern paper on top of your piece of fabric already cut with pins, so it's easy to find what you're looking for and to just see what you have to do. And one thing you have to be extra careful about is the seam allowance. These pattern magazines don't include seam allowance unless they tell you to, so read the instructions and be careful because the line you see is the seam. So you have to leave extra fabric so you can sew it together, because if not, you'll end up with something 2 sizes smaller. And one thing that happened to me once with a Patrones magazine was with a pair of trousers. I made a lovely pair of trousers, really fashionable, and they didn't fit me at all because, well, they were smaller. And even though I had cut the size they had told me I was, it wasn't. It was much smaller. So they told me in the comments, because people complained that it had happened to them as well, to measure all the pieces of the pattern once you cut them, so you can sum it up and see if that is your hip contour or your waist contour. So that way you make sure that when you're going to cut your fabric, you're doing it in the size you need and not smaller. I was able to save them even though they are a bit tight. Oh, well, they were, now they don't fit me, but I was able to save them because they have darts. So I opened the darts and I gained fabric, but it was such a pity. It won't happen to me again. Bueno. Well, pattern magazines are a whole world. They are enjoyable and they have this feeling, for me, they have this feeling, this romantic feeling about getting them and having a look and wanting to do everything on them. So let me know down in the comments what you thought, if you like pattern magazines, if you saw a lot with them, any other tips, and don't forget to subscribe if you like sewing. I make videos about mending, customizing, anything. So share it if you know someone who might enjoy it, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.